Can you even believe some of the things these reps and frame companies are trying to get away with these days? I mean, some of these minimum sales requirements are insane, and I would love to carry more independent brands, but are they gonna sell? And I'm told that I have to have a certain percentage of these frames in order to keep the reimbursement that we need to be getting for our office. So what's the ideal number of frames my optical should have? Or what's the best way to get my sunglasses selling? Y'all, I get asked these questions all the time. Just last week, that is the list of questions I got last week. And I have answers for every single one of these. And it pertains to relating to the sales of your unique optical. Now, here's the reality. Running an optical is an extraordinarily dynamic system. And if you have someone to guide you on these dynamics, it really helps to make sense of all of this and give you answers to all of these questions. So today, let's really focus in from all those crazy dynamics on frame reps. Are they friends or foe? Hey there, my name is Kayla. Thanks for reading my article in this month's Independent Strong. And if we haven't met yet, I run a company called Spexy. And Spexy's sole purpose is to give resources to independent opticals to allow them to reach maximum success. In my article this month, you can get the link down below in the show notes, we discussed what your independent opticals define as good reps and difficult reps. Now, good reps are described as coming into the optical on a routine schedule, easy to make exchanges with, never questioning frame warranties, offering buyback programs, bringing in snacks, friendly with the whole team, offering free frames to the team, and genuinely interested in connecting with you and sharing the details of their life too. Where difficult reps are described as visiting the optical less frequently, having multiple to one exchange rates, questioning the validity of frame warranties, always wanting to talk shop about their brand, less intentional on building human connection, and rarely offering free frames to the team. Now, reps can play an important role in an optical success, and reps can become a fantastic business partner. But the reality is that most of your reps play the role of an optical buddy rather than a business partner. And this interaction has given value to the rep that shows up with their snacks in hand and asking about the family and writing up RAs without hesitation. And every 6 months, just showing you some new pics of the latest styles released on their iPad. All because that is what independent opticals are deeming as valuable. This superficial, passive, put on a smile and make life easy interaction with their frame reps as being the ideal scenario for frame reps. And I'm here to tell you that is not the ideal scenario for your business. There are two things I want to cover really quick. The buddy interaction with your frame reps is holding back the success of your business. Let me say that again. That buddy interaction that you're having with your frame reps, it is actually holding back, hindering the success of your business. Where instead, having someone who comes in to hold your office accountable is what you actually need. Having a rep that will say, hey, if you're not gonna properly showcase a product so it will sell, I'm not gonna come into your office just so that you can display 10 frames and them not sell well. I'm not gonna be coming in all the time. And I agree with this rep. Yes, that rep should not be coming in on a routine basis because you're not supporting them in the quantity that you have in your optical. Now, are there brands that you shouldn't have in your optical that you should be selling down? Absolutely. But that's not what we're talking about. Don't expect these reps that you're not showcasing to be coming into your office all the time. You need to be a good business partner to them as well. So the second thing I'm here to tell you is that a vital piece to amazing growth in your optical, you must facilitate accountable relationships with your frame reps. Listen, accountability is a two-way street, and creating an accountable relationship with your frame reps will give them a better idea of what you value. And this accountability will also set standards for you to hold yourself accountable as well. So let's break down one example from the article here real quick. Let's go over this whole multiple to one exchange rate. Newsflash, did you know that not all exchange rates are set by the manufacturer? Yeah, I know that your rep has been telling you that all along. But here's the truth, for most of your opticals, it's not set by the company. Do you know who it's set by? Often the exchange rate ultimately is set by you, the optical. Truth. There are some opticals that have a very refined and intentional ordering process for their frames. They're calculated in the styles that they choose to display on their optical, and they use their data to create a plan of action when it comes to their ordering. I know this because I'm the one who helps them develop that plan. And in these scenarios, the opticals have very few exchanges to ever be made. Therefore, when that rep comes in for an exchange rate, an exchange is done happily by the rep because they happily accommodate, because the ratio of sales to exchanges is very minimal. So the rep is happy to do a 1-for-1 exchange. Then we have the rest of you. Those who pick from the rep's bag like you're on a shopping spree with daddy's credit card. You make selections for your optical gallery with zero forethought, no intentionality, and complete ignorance of referencing your sales data in your optical. Your shopping is what you're doing. And in this scenario, when many of your frames that were selected were a bad choice and they don't sell, this is what you expect. You expect the rep to correct your mess by exchanging that product. So this is often where the 2-for-1 or 3-for-1 or 4-for-1 exchange rates come into play. It's because the reps have to protect themselves when it comes to your ridiculous numbers, because if your sales are here and your exchange rates are here, that's not a benefit. So they need to hold you accountable. The same rep will have 2 different things for 2 different offices. There are frame reps that have to give you a certain exchange rate because your return rate is so astronomical. And that's honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now, that's no one's fault, because up until now, you didn't know. The industry doesn't teach this, and there is no resource until now. Now that you know though, I've got great news. There is a way to fix it. You must develop new habits and an intentional plan of action when it comes to your frame buying. Now, this is what I do all the time, is I help independent opticals do this every day. And if you wanna start a free trial and get a peek into things, go ahead, go to spexy.co/frame turn mastery and go check it out, because there is a right way to do it. I want to thank you for joining me and reading my article in this month's Independent Strong. And if you want to hear more tips to independent optical success, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you inside the Spexy membership. Bye.